Hey everyone, how's it going? Daniel here. Today we're taking a look at the iPhone 15 in all of the colors here. So we have the pink, yellow, blue, green, and black colors. Now this time around they are more of a pastel palette, kind of like an Easter vibe of sorts. And all these backs are frosted matte backs. And I think after just spending some time with them, they all are absolutely actually stunning. So here you can see all the corresponding boxes and how they look to the colors, but let's get rid of them and let's focus right now in just the colors. Now just as a heads up, we will be talking a little bit about sizes and comparing it to the Plus model. So just know that the green here and the black are both Plus models, and then these right here are normal 15s, these three right there. Now upon first impressions of seeing it, I know what you're probably thinking, and it's that they look kind of washed out. And let me tell you that that is the case. The colors do kind of have like a white wash over them, but I will tell you that it's actually quite nice in person, especially the more you look at them and the more you kind of adjust that they're not these like very bright and poppy colors. They're actually really nice and aesthetically pleasing. So let's go over each one real quick just to kind of get an overview of the colors. Now first off the bat here we have the pink, which honestly I think it's the best pink phone ever made, period. I don't think any company has made a better pink looking phone. It's absolutely stunning. I had an issue a couple years back here with this iPhone 13 mini pink. I thought this was actually washed out and not colorful enough. And look at the difference there. This should give you an idea. If you have one of these pink iPhone 13s, then you can really see how much more this new pink is actually vibrant, especially the lenses here. Look at that. It actually has like this candy vibe to it that just looks absolutely stunning. I just absolutely love this color. These frosted backs, like the fingerprints, don't even stay on there. You don't see absolutely anything. This is the first time that Apple has designed like a frosted back that the fingerprints, like you just don't really see anything at all, because even with the Pro models, you actually do get more fingerprints than these normal 15 models. And what's interesting also is that they don't really shift color or reflect or anything. They're actually completely matte. They look absolutely stunning. The pink color looks pink throughout in the same shade, and I absolutely just love this. I actually wish that this color was on the 15 Pro. And even look at here at the aluminum sides. They are still aluminum, but I personally just love the aluminum that they use here. It looks absolutely great, and also it just feels great when you're actually holding the phone. But look at that, even the pink here actually looks like pink, and the one they were using before, now by comparison, does not look like pink. That's kind of what I talked about when I kind of hated on the pink a couple years back, and I thought the Starlight was much better, and that was because the pink just wasn't pink enough, and here it is. Look at that. If you like pink, definitely please just go out and get this. You don't really need to think twice about it. This is absolutely stunning. Now second here, we will move on to the one that in the unboxings I hated on the most, and I just really took a turn on just bullying this phone color. And it's not that bad. I've gotten used to it now, and while it's not my favorite one, I can totally see someone pulling this off, and especially when I tested it out with some of the cases, it looked much better, especially when you do maybe a darker case to contrast it. But the yellow one here, the sides here, they're a little bit, maybe a little bit gold, but definitely still sticking to that kind of yellow Easter vibe. The lens here isn't as vibrant as the pink. I think that's the issue that I had with this yellow color, is just is not quite as yellow and as vibrant and as candy-like as the pink color here, or really any of the other colors, obviously except for black here. The thing about these colors is that if you actually like them here in person, they don't shift or change colors like they did in previous years. If you like it right here, how I'm showing them to you right now, then you're gonna like that color in person. There's not gonna be a question about it. You're not gonna be like, actually it looks kind of different than it did here on the video. That's not gonna happen. This is how it looks. How it looks right there is how it looks to me. I can see it on the monitor right there. Absolutely a great choice on Apple to do these really nice frosted backs in the aluminum sides like that. Now we move on to my favorite color, this blue. It's absolutely stunning. I'm going to go ahead and classify this actually as the best blue Apple has made. And for me, the one before this was the iPhone 5C in blue, which was really bright, very fun, kind of like iPod color. But I think this takes the cake just because I love this kind of early 2000s. I was saying that I had a blue Nintendo DSi when I was younger, and while it's not the same shade of color, for some reason it brings me back to those times. And it's a very fun color. People kind of hammered Apple when these first released online, and they were saying they were too like ugly and washed out, and they didn't look like the actual colors they were saying they were. And that is couldn't be further from the truth. You can see right there, every color looks like each color. They don't look white or anything like that. They have a white wash over them because of the frosted backs, but they look absolutely fantastic. The blue sides here, the aluminum, that candy kind of vibe here to the camera module. My goodness, truly, if you like blue, I think you're gonna love this in person as well. Now here, our first Plus model is the green one, and you can see it right there. Surprisingly, it's a very minty, spearminty green, very vibey. I think it'll go with a lot of cases. Upon first opening it, I was like, that's interesting. I kind of like it, and now I like it even more. I definitely like it much more than yellow. I could even sport this myself. It's just a very calm, really mellow vibe, and I really actually like it the more I spend time with it. You can see there the aluminum sides. It's kind of keeping that same kind of minty, spearminty green, kind of like gum or something, but very nice color, especially with the frosted back. I really like it. Keep in mind that these have kind of slightly rounded sides, so they're going to be easier to hold than previous years, especially these Plus models. They were just a bit unwieldy in previous years. And now with these rounded edges, they just feel nice to kind of hold in the hand and just feel there. And I just really like how they feel. All of them are going to feel better. Of course, the small ones, if you had one previously, now it's going to feel even better. But particularly, I think this applies to the Plus models. If you have a Plus model and you hate the way it feels, this is probably going to feel much better in the hand. And last but not least, the only kind of classic color that Apple brought back here, because we didn't get white, interestingly enough, is the black. And surprisingly, this is actually more black than the Pro model's black. So you can see right there. Here we have the 14 Pro, and this is the 15. And then I'll get the 15 Pro for you right here real quick too. That way you can kind of see that. But right there, 15 Pro, 15, 14 Pro, you can see that it's a little bit darker, more of that actual black aesthetic, black vibes. And I actually think it looks really, really good. The frosted back attracts less fingerprints. It doesn't reflect as much light or change in tone. And I think that looks much better. If you like that black minimalist aesthetic, then this is the one, the best one that Apple has made in recent years, actually, for that kind of aesthetic, in my opinion. Here, let's take a quick look at the sides here so you can see that. The aluminum in the middle, stainless steel on the left, and titanium on the right. You can see the differences there. The way that they look visually, aluminum in the middle is still my favorite. The aluminum sides is just the best look for a smartphone. The titanium just visually is still attracting a ton of fingerprints here, not looking so hot. The aluminum just does a good job with fingerprints and with the feeling that it has when you kind of grab it. So 15, honestly, especially for the price this year, is such a good bang for the buck. It has so many good features. It looks nice. It feels great. It's such a fantastic purchase of a phone. So that was a quick little overview of all the phone colors here. So let's go ahead and grab them, and let's go and show you the fronts here. That way you can see a little bit from the front if you like the way the colors kind of peek out from the front. You can see there because, like, for example, the pink kind of shows off there. The yellow kind of shows off there. And this is probably going to keep happening here as we grab the phone. So just ignore that. And then lastly, the green here. So you can see them all from the front. Alrighty. Let me lock them from the back. That way you can really just kind of see the colors there. There you go. Kind of, ignore the fingerprints. It's kind of hard to keep everything clean while I do this, but there you can see the colors from the front. And you can see they look like colors. They don't look like they're super washed out here. You can tell that it's yellow, pink, blue, and green, and then black right here. And I love that blue one, honestly. And then the pink one, fantastic. Wow. Look at that right there. Really nice colors. Big fan of that. And I guess there you can see it with the screen on, so you can kind of get oh, is this one not on? So yeah, let's put the black one here to a side, and let's just kind of show off these right here with the screens on. These are all the actual colors here that are colored, and you can see that there with the screen on, so you get an idea. Very candy-like, very fun colors, but also at the same time understated. and I think they'll match a ton of cases. Now let's turn this around for the backs here so you can see that too. And I'm only omitting the black here just for a sec so you can see all the kind of colorful ones. And of course, if we add the black back in, I think if you want black, you know you want black. I don't think you should be deciding, oh, should I get black or a color one? If you're deciding that, definitely go for a color one. There's too many black phones out in the world where like you should be getting a fun, colorful one. But honestly, all these colors are fantastic. I guess the only negative I can see to the black is that it has that white dot there for the flash. Not the biggest fan of that. It blends so much better with the lighter colors, as you can see right there. I really like that a lot more. If I was buying one of these, definitely would not choose black. I think the colors are just too fun to not go for it, especially when the 15 Pro colors are also dull and boring. That it'd be really fun to kind of just have one of these fun colors instead of, even the blue one here is so dull in comparison, as you can see that right there. They shift in lighting and stuff, but most of the time they're going to look pretty dark like that. Instead, look at that. Look how bright that is. Yeah, the 15 colors are just absolutely stunning. So now real quick, let me move on to showing you how these look in a couple of cases. We have Apple's clear case here so that we can see that. And let's grab it. Where did I put it? Here they are. And then we also have the silicone case. So let's do the clear case real quick. Please do not get a black phone and then put a clear case on it. It's not the best option, and mainly because, of course, fingerprints, especially with these backs, they don't attract fingerprints without a case. And then you put a case like this and then it's going to have a ton of fingerprints. So definitely do not do that. Try to get a matte back for the black if you do get the black one. And I'm losing focus there. Why is it not focused? Oh, interesting. We had lost their focus for a second, but we're back here. All right, so yeah, as I was saying, definitely don't get something this glossy like that. That's going to get fingerprints to such a nice phone. And yeah, so black, if you're getting that, doesn't work with a clear case, but it works with absolutely basically any other case you would ever want to put on there. So that is one of the big pros of getting a basic color like black. A red case, fantastic. Going to look great. Is a red case going to look good with any of these other ones? No, not really. You can't really do that. Now the green one here, let's go ahead and take a look at that. This looks just great, super clean. The fingerprints on the case aren't really noticeable at all. Matches well with the white MagSafe ring, and I just really like it. Now, Apple's particular clear case, I wouldn't really recommend it. The buttons get really mushy. They're much harder to press than they are without the case, and there's a lot of cases that are cheaper than this that actually fix that issue, and everything's very easy to press. So let's leave this one here, and then let's go ahead and put on my favorite combo here, blue with the clear case. Really, really good. Look at that right there. You can see all these light colors are just going to match those clear cases fantastically. The most versatile one, again, is going to be the black, just because it can go with absolutely any case aside from this. But also, one of the interesting things is, like, if you get the pink color, for example, and your favorite color is pink, and you do pink on pink, I don't think it's as exciting as if you do some contrast. So like this pink phone will look great maybe with a blue case, or again, like a clear case. But what I really like to do is put something like this pink one on this blue phone. And like I was saying in the unboxing videos, you get this kind of really fun cotton candy, Taylor Swift lover vibes that I really like. It just has a really nice vibe to it when you do those contrasting colors. So your favorite color is blue, maybe you get the blue phone, or maybe you get a blue case and kind of swap it up like that. It really depends. Maybe think ahead as to what aesthetic you kind of really want. Let's go ahead and put the clear case on the yellow one here. You can see it right there. Also works pretty well, but I think the yellow one really lends itself to having a contrasty case. So definitely like a darker blue case or something like that would be kind of cool. So here, for example, we got the silicone case from the Pro model. You can kind of see that that kind of works, so you can make it work with some other cases on there. Last but not least here, the pink one with the clear case here, so you can get a look at that. And again, very nice. I love showing off the backs of these colors specifically. I think definitely consider going with a clear case, just because these backs of these phones are just fantastic and they're really worth showing off and yeah, looking at every day. Such a nice vibe that they have. I really wish Apple would do something like this for the Pro models. Just kind of swap it up, go crazy with the colors, and have some fun with it. And now I do have this case here kind of just laying around so you can see this real quick. And with like just a black, basic, really standard case, you get all the accents kind of showing through. I don't want to put it all the way so we don't have to take it off all the way, but the accents are really gonna pop. You can see that black case. You can totally see that the phone is pink. Now let's do that real quick with all of them, just so you can really get an idea here that the colors just really aren't very washed out at all. There you go, yellow and black. That looks pretty good. I would definitely do something like that if I had that phone. Okay, let's remove this one. In case, I'll put this one in here in case somebody wanted to see that combo right there, yellow and pink. Actually looks really good too. And let's go ahead here, that blue and black. You can see that blue popping through. It just looks so fun. What a nice color that is, really. Black on black here, you can't really go wrong with that combination. Of course, timeless, gonna be great. If you're gonna go for the whole black aesthetic, this phone is gonna be absolutely perfect for that with that matte finish and that whole vibe that it has, which is so much better than the Pro models. Last but not least here, there is the green one, and you can see that right there. So they all work really well. They're gonna contrast really well if you wanna dress them up to be brighter, dress them down to be a little bit darker, moodier with a black case or something like that. It's all gonna work perfectly well. All right, so now let's go ahead and stack them, and I'm gonna show them to you a little bit more up close and personal here in a slightly different angle there so you can kind of see it. And there you go. That's of course with a little bit more sun kind of hitting it, a little bit different lighting, a little bit more bright. So you can get an idea of the different colors right there. The camera modules really pop right there. You kind of see the contrast with the black. They all look really good though. Very, very good. From a distance right here, how does that look? That's how most people would see the phone, right? From a distance. So that's how the color would look to most people. And yeah, they really pop. They look really good. I think the yellow one really, I'm starting to kind of, calm down with it and not hate on it too much. So I apologize to everyone that in the unboxing where I keep just hitting this phone with insults the whole time. But yeah, the colors, look at that. Really, really, really nice. Now let's do each one while talking and texting just so you can see that. We'll start off with the yellow one right here. So yellow one from a distance here talking. How does that look? Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite color? There it is while talking. From a distance here on the camera, it does look mostly white, but a slightly yellow tint. And here it is while texting. Pew, pew, pew. Texting all my friends. What? No way. What? Becky? No way. All right, let's move on to the next color. So now we have the pink while talking here. How does that look? And in fact, I'll even show you the previous pink. Where's the mini pink here? I have it right here. Let me grab that. So you can kind of see that difference right there again. In case you have that color, you can see that you are actually getting something much, much nicer in my opinion. That's less toned down. So worth keeping in mind. And then while texting here, I'm like texting someone and you're looking at me with my new phone. There you go. The previous one was just so washed out. You couldn't even tell it was pink from that distance. Yep. The new one looks so good. And so hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of how these colors are going to look slightly more when you're actually using them and when people are looking at you. Here's that blue. Wow, I love that blue color, truly. Just don't be showing me this blue color because every time I look at it, I just kind of, man, it looks too good. But yeah, how does that look right there? If you're a fan of blue, do you like this blue or do you wish they would have given us a darker blue again? I think this is a great choice for a blue. It's just, I love these kind of ocean vibe blues, very light blues. That's what this is. It looks so good, truly. Looks so good. Definitely my top color of the whole lineup is this color right here. I think this is a nicer color than natural titanium. Natural titanium for me is like I'm kind of settling with that color because there's not many colors to choose from with the Pro models. But, oh, I lost track of which phone we're on. Okay, green next. But yeah, that blue one is my top color of all the iPhone 15 models, including the Pro. There's the green. How does that look? I think this would look really cool with just like, I don't know, some charms on it or anything. It just gives like really gamer vibes for some reason. Like you could aesthetically make this just really nice. But yeah, how does that look right there? Is it as green as you kind of would want it to be or not? Definitely one of my favorite all-time colors is midnight green. And that's kind of more what I lean for greens. Definitely not light greens. Not a fan of that. I like dark, deep, foresty greens like the alpine green that they also took out. But this looks pretty good. That minty vibe, I could see myself very summery, very Eastery again. but definitely something I could work with if I had it. I don't think I would get rid of it. The yellow one's the only one that you just can't match my vibe to it, and I don't think I could keep it. Last but not least, here it is, the black phone. Yep. And it does look like black actually from a distance, more black than all the other ones we have here for sure. So let me grab the, what's this one? Yeah, the 14 or 15 Pro Titanium Max, and you can see the difference there. Yeah, that's a huge difference. The 15 actually looks like a black phone right there. Really good, really stealthy Batman vibes. And then here while texting, again, does look like a black phone. This one right here, the 15 Pro, looking like a just like a gray, dark gray phone instead of black. Yeah, if you want that black aesthetic, this is the one to get. It's very nice, really clean, and does a pretty good job with fingerprints. Definitely more noticeable than all the other colors for sure. I put it up here just by itself. You're going to be able to see the fingerprints. Basically, the other ones are not going to be able to see the fingerprints because they're so bright. But on the black, that is going to be a slight con. So worth noting if you care about that. All right, so there you can see them all for the front. Real quick, I wanted to talk about the 15 versus the 15 Plus and which one you should get in case you're wondering, since we have them here. Maybe you can tell which ones they are. It's these two right here. And I will tell you, don't get the 15 Plus just because you want a little bit of extra battery life at the end of the day, or because you want a slightly bigger screen to watch movies and stuff. Please get your phone based on how easy it is to take with you, carry, put in your pocket, put in your purse. Please base your decision on that. It matters so much more on the long term. And I don't know why people get hyped thinking that for some reason getting these larger phone is the better phone. It is not. The small one has the exact same features as the bigger one here, except for a larger screen and a larger battery. So I understand with the Pro models, some people want the latest features, so they're not getting the slightly better zoom camera or whatever, but that should not matter. They're very minute differences. So here I have pretty large hands, and just to show you, look at the difference right here, just in my hands right there. When we bring them closer, the one on the left just looks gigantic, and look at this, without moving my hand, I can only reach from this to this. I can basically reach almost the whole phone on the right, but not the Plus model. So I do have to move it around more in my hand to kind of reach the camera if I want. And instead here, it's very easy. It's like very, very smooth motions to get to everything. And you kind of want that because you don't want to drop your phone. You don't want to be fumbling around with your phone. You want it to fit in everything that you have. And once you add a case, that also becomes a whole other thing. If you like the phone, how it feels like this, then you add a case, it's going to get much bigger and bulkier than what it feels like without a case. So once you put a case on the smaller ones, that gets bigger as well. And so if you think it's a little bit small, but then you put a case, it might actually feel perfect in your hand to hold. So I definitely want you to consider that when you're choosing a phone. The screen size, while this is much bigger on the Plus, the one already in the normal model is already plenty big. It's gigantic. And just as a, memory jogger, let's not forget that the phones used to be this tiny right here. This is the normal one. And then this is the Plus one right here. So I remember just watching movies and stuff and watching videos on this tiny little screen. This is already huge by comparison. And this is just a monster and not really something that most people should be carrying around day to day, especially if you don't really have the hands to actually operate it and kind of hold it. If you're just going to put this thing in a purse and it doesn't really matter what size it is, well then, all power to you. But I do think that there's something to be said about having a nice portable and nimble phone, and that is what the normal size here is. But regardless, I think the base model, $800 for this phone, 128 gigabytes of storage, perfect for everyone really. That's plenty of storage for most people out there, and I think it's just a really fantastic phone. If you're asking me what color I like the best, again, it is the blue for sure. I just personally think this blue looks absolutely fantastic. Here is my Titanium 15 Pro, so you can kind of compare there. And I like the Titanium 15 Pro. It's just a lot more serious, not fun or anything. But my number one color here for the iPhone 15 series is definitely going to be that blue color. And then second will have to be probably the natural titanium right here. So yeah, that's a pretty long video. That's pretty much all that I have here Hopefully the B-roll kind of sprinkled throughout the video with the different lighting conditions and all that kind of gave you an idea of what phone you're going to get. Let me know what color you like the most one more time here, just to say goodbye. Let's stack them all together and let me know what color you would pick if you were getting this right now. Definitely a fantastic set of colors. So yeah, that's the iPhone 15. Thanks for watching this video. My voice is basically gone at this point, but I will catch y'all in the next one. Make sure to leave a like for the algorithm and take care. Goodbye.